Welcome back to Kavanaugh's Corner. Today on the channel I'm going to be talking about a film that I was really excited for when it got announced on 4K. I fell in love with this movie from the first time I saw it. It really just grabbed a hold of me and wouldn't let go. I was completely surprised by the acting, the performances all throughout this film. Everybody in the cast is just incredible. Obviously, the directing is second to none, and the writing is really something in this film. And that movie is, of course, Jackie Brown, the Quentin Tarantino film starring Pam Grier, Robert Forster, Michael Keaton, Sam Jackson, Robert De Niro, Bridget Fonda. I mean, the list goes on, but this is one of these movies where I remember seeing this after watching Pulp Fiction when I was younger and expecting a very different film, but being pleasantly surprised by how much more low-key this movie is in comparison to Pulp Fiction. The stylized things of Pulp Fiction, the direction and everything, it's still kind of there, but it's almost like a wiser film than Pulp Fiction in some ways. This is like a movie that a director makes many, many years after they've started directing. It's insightful in a lot of ways, and I love how Quentin Tarantino gave the opportunity to Pam Grier, Sam Jackson, and Robert Forster especially, to really do some extremely nuanced performances. I love the way this movie unfolds. It has a couple great twists and turns, and watching this now in an all-new 4K transfer, this is from Lionsgate here, this was an experience. And as I mentioned, I was very excited when this got announced because this and Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 were all announced. They all came out earlier this week, the week I'm recording this, I should say. And so I had to pick it up. I absolutely had to go out and find this thing. I'll talk more about my adventure in finding this movie later. But today on the channel, I'm going to be reviewing, as always, the picture quality of this new transfer, the audio quality, and the special features. Now, first and foremost, this is just the standard release. I was not able to get the steelbook of it, but it is a 2-disc set, so there is the 4K and the standard Blu-ray here. I'm just straightening out the discs so you can see them, but there they are there. And it also includes a digital copy. And the 4K disc for Jackie Brown just has the movie on it. All the special features are on the second disc on the standard Blu-ray. But I am happy to report that the picture quality on this disc is unbelievable. It is a fantastic new transfer. I'm fairly certain it's a 4K native transfer. It really looked like it to me. I'm having trouble finding information on the internet that confirms this, but it looked like a native 4K transfer. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. But it looked so incredible. It's very lifelike. This new transfer does have Dolby Vision HDR. And that really helps this movie out a lot. The detail level of this film is super, super high. There is a medium to light to medium layer of grain all throughout the picture, and I'm really glad that they didn't DNR, digital noise reduction. They didn't use a lot of DNR in this transfer, I should say. It is much more lifelike than previous releases in terms of depth of color. The skin tones of all the actors and actresses throughout the film are so accurate. And the older Blu-ray was really not that bad with this sort of thing, but this new transfer really brings out a lot of detail and a lot of color. and it's very natural. It's not saturated. It's just kind of dead on perfect, and I love seeing that. Bridget Fonda's tan is very, very noticeable now in this transfer. Her close-ups, actually pretty much any close-up of any actor, their faces, it's so detailed. You can see every little nook and cranny of a person's face now. Pam Grier, I mean, what a beautiful, striking lady. Her close-ups in this, you can really tell that Quentin really photographed her with love and care, and it shows. It really, really shows now in this new transfer. The Dolby Vision HDR really gets a couple extremely incredible moments to shine in this. One scene in particular where Robert Forster and Pam Grier go to a bar after he picks her up from getting out of jail. That bar now, that red lighting with the dark, dim interior, it looks so amazing. The black levels on this disc are damn near perfect, and I was very, very impressed with how much better the darker scenes look now, the nighttime scenes. The scene where Sam Jackson goes and visits Pam Grier after she gets back from that bar with Robert Forster, that sequence with the lights going on and off, it is so dark, and I think it's purposefully kept dark so you really can't see what's going on. So I'm not going to call that like Black Crush, because I think you purposefully are not supposed to see what's happening. But that sequence, again, it's so amazing to see it switch from the lights being on, the lights being off, the lights being on, the lights being off. On my OLED television, it was just unreal. It was absolutely unreal to look at. The whole transfer is just a beauty. I love the fact that they kept that film grain in. The movie has such a naturalistic, filmic look to it. And the 70s kind of throwback theme that this movie has, it works for it so, so well. And it's the best this film has ever looked, hands down. Great job with the transfer for this one from Lionsgate. Absolutely awesome job. Now, in terms of audio, this movie does have a DTS HD 5.1 master audio track, and pretty much nothing else. But that audio track, I'm almost 100% sure it's the exact same audio track from the previous Blu-ray release. And it is awesome. I mean, it's a great audio track. Everything is very well balanced. Dialogue is crystal clear. The music just sounded amazing. And this is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. The music used all throughout the film, it's perfect. I mean, it's some of the most perfect needle drops in cinema history, in my opinion. And it was awesome. It's just an awesome audio track, and it works so, so well. I guess Quentin Tarantino is not a fan of Dolby Atmos or remixing his films in Dolby Atmos, but I'm glad that they kept the same 5.1 for this. It works great. There's a lot of talking in this film, and that dialogue is just so well balanced. It's crystal clear, and it just sounded great. Even the ambient noises and sounds through certain scenes just work really well for this. So I was very, very impressed. I really liked it. In terms of the special features, as I mentioned, all the special features are on the secondary Blu-ray disc. And that secondary disc has basically over 3 hours of special features. There's nothing new. They're all there from the previous Blu-ray. There's a discussion about Jackie Brown. There's a retrospective kind of series of interviews with the cast and crew. There's a interview with Quentin Tarantino called A Look Back at Jackie Brown. That interview is fairly lengthy, but I found that the audio for that special feature was really, really low. For some weird reason. I don't know why. I really had to crank up the audio for that one. It's odd. They included the Chicks with Guns video that they watched near the beginning of the film. There's a whole basically a whole episode of Siskel and Ebert of At the Movies when they were talking about this film. There is a little featurette about Jackie Brown, how it was featured on MTV. There's a marketing gallery with trailers. There's a still gallery, a trivia track, and deleted and alternate scenes. I recommend this. I say definitely pick up Jackie Brown on 4K. This is a phenomenal transfer. Just for the video alone, this is worth the upgrade. The picture quality was incredible. The audio quality, even though it's the same 5.1 track, it sounded great. Would I have liked to have this in Dolby Atmos or DTS:X? I think it would have been nice to have, but the film really doesn't need it. So I say this is a pickup. I'll leave a link in the description below that leads to Amazon, if you can actually get it on Amazon. So ironically enough, this movie was extremely hard to find. And this is just a normal release. This is not like a limited edition or a numbered thing. It's not a special edition of the film. This is just the movie. And this was very, very difficult to get my hands on, which is why this video is not out on the release date or maybe even a day after. It was hard to find, and I had to actually order this through Walmart.com in order to get it because Amazon was out of stock, and a couple other websites that I would normally get the film from were all sold out. Targets in my area were not carrying it, and the Walmart actual stores, like the brick and mortar locations, also were not carrying this movie. So it was kind of sad that I had to like order it from the Walmart website and have it delivered, but I'm glad I got it. And like I said, it is a fantastic release. Hopefully this will come back in stock soon so you guys can order it. But yeah, I recommend it. It's a great transfer. Big thumbs up for Jackie Brown on 4K. Now, my next reviews here are going to be for Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Not sure if I'm going to do 2 videos or just one, but I am excited to talk to you about those. Those were very interesting, and I want to thank you all for watching. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed this review, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. A lot of you have been subscribing recently, and I cannot thank you enough. I wish you guys all the best. Please stay safe, keep collecting, and take it easy.